A very good morning to our examiner today. The question given is tourism is a growing industry in Malaysia. What are some ways to promote domestic tourism among Malaysians? So the first way is by doing extensive promotions through the media. This is because since it is the 21st century and technology is the medium of communication, we can reach out to more people or let's say a larger audience by using technology. By doing this, we have to use different forms of media because we have lots of media, for example, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. And by doing this, we can attract different types of social groups. Let's just say age groups. So by TV, we can attract the elderly. Maybe through social media, we can attract the young people, and through the radio as well. And we can also reach out to local as well as foreign visitors because the internet is an international network. Okay, it is also effective and impactful because the multimedia is used to disseminate information. Okay, and it's also attractive and interesting in a way of presentation for tourist spots, and it can be specially designed to attract different groups. And then another reason, no, mistake, another way to no, my mistake. Another reason why social media is the best way to attract tourists is because it is common in human nature that by seeing something you tend to believe it. So if you want to attract more people, we should show them the place. So by doing so, we take pictures of the attractions in our country, okay, and we present it visually through social media. So it can be let's just say a propaganda, more of like a way to hook people to come to our country because they find it attracting on the media, and the tourists they get to see firsthand of the beauty and scenery of our country, and it may give them the desire to travel.
Okay. I do agree with you up to an extent, but I believe that having yearly tourism fairs will be a better choice because at, at a particular fair there will be many booths and many companies will be present on the day. So when a person visits a family or an individual visits that place, they would get to know different companies who are having packages for flight tickets, hotels, and places to visit. Maybe a tourism package, which would be even more worth it. And when they go to a fair, they get to meet people who are in charge of explaining to you the advantage and disadvantage of going to this place. Whether will the weather be all right at that particular time? And not only that, when you go for this kind of fairs, there would be lucky draws, mystery gifts, which they would give you free flight tickets, free gifts, or even free accommodation when you are visiting a particular place. And I feel that would be a really good way to promote domestic tourism in Malaysia. What do you think about it?
In my opinion, the best way to promote domestic travel would be to have cheaper travel packages. This is mainly because it encourages people in low incomes to travel, so that it makes it not a privilege for only the rich people, where it is more accessible to people with slightly lower incomes. That way, we can expand our circle and more people can visit around the country. So, in other words, it can benefit more people, and in an overall scale, it would overall increase our country's domestic travel. Besides that, people that are not having an income at all, for example, students and senior citizens who are only given allowances and pensions, can also travel around the country due to the cheap budget of the travel. My other point would be more people will be more likely to actually travel because of how cheap it is. It makes things more affordable and more interesting because now it is actually more available and more sustainable for their incomes. That way, traveling becomes ultimately very easy and very convenient for them. They don't have to save up for long durations of time to actually get a ticket to go somewhere, where they can just maybe save up for 1 or 2 weeks and they can have their travel for that weekend. Besides that, we can also arrange these travel packages into certain characteristics that actually suit different groups, whereas packages that are meant for senior citizens should be more mild and less extreme, where for for example, students who are more fun-seeking people, they could actually go for more fun-filled activities and activities based for young people in packages. Some of the activities that couldn't be held for them are bungee jumping and cave exploring. So basically, there is another way to attract people, and I believe this is one way that we can all unite people, and it is by food. By this special arrangement, we can actually encourage people to travel around with a cheap budget and experience food from all around the country. What do you think, Candidate D?
That's good and all, but in my opinion, the better way to promote tourism among Malaysians is to set up special discounts during the school holidays. Why do I say this? It's because families and children are one of the top demographics in this country. So they are the target audience. So by having special discounts during the school holidays, the discounts will encourage parents to plan family holidays during those times. The plan will make traveling affordable for the whole family. As we know, the economy in our country is not the greatest. So by having these discounts, the family can save money and go to go spend time with the family.
Okay, I do agree with you, candidate D, but I believe that candidate A's option has a better scope because, as he mentioned earlier, we are in the 21st century now, which means every single person has a smartphone, a TV, or laptop at home. So, which means they can, when we reach out to more people through the media, they get to obtain the information faster. They get to know about the promotions, the packages, about the company, which means they would get easier access towards information, and it will be easier for them to plan their traveling. So, what do you think about it, candidate A?
Honestly, I totally agree to you because, okay, maybe back then in the 80s, 70s, and 60s, yeah, traveling, as what you said just now, maybe that was the best way back then. But since right now we have the internet, we have technology, I mean, we can utilize that by making full use of technology we have. I mean, not to mention, traveling also affects the global warming, which is out of the topic. So why not we use technology? Because I think it is the most convenient way right now. How about you guys? What do you think, candidate C?
In my opinion, I agree with both of you because I believe that it could be an advantage that since it is something that has not existed in the previous centuries, previous decades, so it might be something new that we can actually experiment on. Therefore, I believe that we should always explore new options and try ways to expand traveling for everybody. What do you think, Candidate D?
Yep, I would like to agree with you. Like, I would like to take back my opinion and say that right now, traveling is a thing for everybody, not just the families. Old people can do it, single people, people with different sexualities, and stuff like that. Yeah. So I agree with you.
So all in all, I believe we can all agree that the best way to promote domestic travel would be by using social medias. This concludes the discussion. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.